Hey guys, this is my first video by the way, and the topic is stage fright, which is pretty ironic because it's my first video. Now, what is stage fright? Stage fright is, definition from the site Wikipedia, or performance anxiety is anxiety, fear, persistent phobia which may be aroused in an individual by the requirement to perform in front of an audience. Well, the shorter version of what stage fright basically means is when you have a fear of performing in front of people or an audience, which is a phobia I definitely don't suffer from, right? Well, whether you believe it or not, yours truly is actually suffered from that phobia, and I wouldn't really like to recall those drastic moments. For the sake of this video, will do so. I mean, see the sacrifices I make for YouTube? So let's go back about 2 years ago. I was in church, and yes, I'm Christian. Well, you see, back then I had a really bad stuttering problem. I was okay among my peers and all, and it was just in front of an audience, and that's when the problem started kicking in. I'm not weird or anything, but back then, just the thought of standing in front of a bunch of human eyes terrified me. Well, back to the story. So yeah, in church we had to memorize a bunch of verses and sing them to the whole church, off memory. So what they did was give you a bunch of verses accordingly to your matureness and age, and you had about a week to memorize them. And for some reason, they gave me a lot of verses to memorize. I wonder why. Well, of course I memorized them, and then soon the day of the performance came, and I was finally up. I had completely forgotten everything I had memorized. And I wouldn't really call it stage fright because I was really excited about going upstage. Being honest, I must have been really hyper from all the candy I ate earlier that day. But as soon as I stepped up on the platform, I realized, wait a minute, everybody here is watching me. It's being recorded live on YouTube. The clip is still on YouTube, but please don't bother trying to find it. And at that moment I knew I only had two choices. One of the choices was to either just stand there and make a complete fool of myself. The other choice was to rack my little brain for some of the parts of the verses I had memorized earlier and repeat them to the audience. And then at that moment, a divine intersection swept me up. Gah! And then before I blinked twice, all the words flowed through my mouth as I repeated them to the audience, and all I could hear was the roaring and cheers of the crowd as I bolted off stage. The end. And if you guys like this video, please comment down below, and I'll consider making a part 2. And if you really like this video, please consider subscribing. Thanks for your time, and see you guys in the next video. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Always be yourself on stage. Don't let anyone judge you, and be who you are, and the crowd and / audience will love you.